everyone, glad to see you again. I'm Jenny.
Hi friends, this is Mr. Glad to see you here too.
Hope you still remember our last lecture regarding our IW Flow remarkable wax injection machine. After that show, many of our customers have got better understanding of operations and advantages of our wax injector and know how to use our IW Flow wax injector on their own.
Yes, it is good feedback.
Yeah. What's coming up today?
Oh, today we are going to show up our new updated vision DVC-II digital automatic volcano pressure casting machines.
Okay. Before start the demonstration of this machine, so we are going to show this collection first.
Okay.
Okay, here we can see there are many cables and pipes, and we're going to show you each function. Here is the power cable. This is connect to the power supply, and here it connect the water chiller. Because if you take our chiller, so the chiller will be controlled by our machine. So here connect to a water chiller, and here is connect to the power of the vacuum pump. And here is the water in. This is a water in means from the water out of the water chiller. And here is connect to the vacuum pump. And this pipe is for the water out, means the water out from the casting machine that will go into the water in of the water chiller. And this one is the collection of argon gas. Nitrogen gas, and this one is connected to the air compressor, and then this one is for air exhaust. So this is the backside connections. Okay, now after show you how to install each consumables. Okay, firstly, we open the top cover. Yeah. Open the top cover and the down chamber. Then we take off the thermal. Okay, we press the casting. The stopper will lift off automatically. Okay, then we're going to take out the thermocouple. Then we take off the stopper. Then we take off the crucible. Then we take off the top cover, ceramic cover. Okay, this is ceramic jacket. We take also. And then we are going to how to put all these consumables back into the up chamber. This is the melting chamber. Okay, we are going to show you step by step. Firstly, we put the ceramic jacket into the up chamber. Then we put the top ceramic cover. Then we put in the graphite crucible. This tool we also will give you together with this machine. Then we put the support of thermal. Then we put the stopper. Then we put in the thermal. For the thermal, we have to be very careful because there are two plugs, right? Now we have to see the there are two connections. One is K, one is R. So let me see. Here we can see that they marked K. Means if you use thermocouple K type, so you put to this connection. And also you can see here marked R. Means if you use R type thermal, so you have to plug into here. So I hope now you understand the connection of the thermal. Okay. Okay. After we collect the pipes, cables, and also we install all the consumables. Now we are going to demonstrate to you how to operate this manual casting mode. In this machine, we have 3 casting modes, as Winston just mentioned. We will demonstrate manual casting mode. But in this machine, better to use the other 2 casting modes only when you have to use the manual mode. But by this manual mode, you will understand the casting concept completely. So under the manual mode, firstly, we set the temperature. For example, we set 1000 degrees. Then we set the air pressure 400 kPa. Then we set organ gas pressure 200 kPa. Here the pouring time means after the stopper lifts up, how many seconds the system starts pressure. Here we set 0.3 seconds, but it depends on the different casting tray. And the pressure time we set 20 seconds. Vacuum delay 30 seconds. Means vacuum delay time means when the pressure stops, the vacuum will continue working how many seconds. But these values does not workable under the manual casting mode. We just show you, but these functions will work for the other 2 casting mode. Okay, then we press menu. Then we'll press parameters. Here, the language select. We have English and Chinese for options. Today we try English, so we select English. And thermal. We have different type of thermal for options. Please contact us before you to make sure what type of thermal you use. Then select the correct one. Here we have the different types for thermal for options. Normally we use the KNRS. But if you use KN, you can connect to the thermal connection K, because as I mentioned, it marked A at the near the thermal socket. If you use RS, you can plug the thermal into the socket marked R. Today we try the machine with the thermal K type, so we tick K. For the other parameters, they are not effective under the manual mode, so we ignore this function. Then we exit parameter setting. Parameters functions we will demonstrate when we use other 2 casting mode. Okay, so under manual mode, so they only work some functions as I mentioned.
Yes, actually it is a little complicated.
Yes, if you use the manual casting mode, it will be very complicated and you have to be very professional and careful to avoid mistakes. If you press wrong buttons by mistakes, the whole casting will be failed. So I think it's time to move to another casting mode.
Yes, as our machine is automatic machine, so we are focused on the 2 automatic mode. So now for us to the old plus pouring mode. Okay, let's turn to the value set panel. First, we can set the temperature as 1000 degrees. For this temperature, it means casting temperature. We set as 1000 degrees, and then can do the homogenization temperature. Usually for this part, we set as 100 and 130 seconds. 120 seconds. Sorry. 改了是吧？这里。
1020.
Okay, then tend to the homogenization time. We usually set as 120 seconds. 120 seconds. If you need to mix the alloy to make carrier gold, then you need to set this time. If you needn't, then you can set the time at 0. Okay, now tend to the pouring time. Pouring time we usually set as 2 seconds. It means when the stopper lifts up, the system will start pressure after 2 seconds. Okay, then tend to the press time. Press time we set as 20 seconds. Then tend to the working delay time. For this part we set as 30 seconds. It means when the system. Okay, now follow me. I will show you the old plus pouring mode. Please look at the set value. At first, we set the temperature at 1000 degree. This temperature means the casting temperature, and then tend to the homogenization temperature. For this part, we set at 1020 degrees. Okay, then tend to the homogenization time. Usually for this part, we set as 120 seconds. If you need to mix the alloy to make carrier gold, then you need to set this part. If you needn't, you can set the time at 0. Okay, then tend to the pouring time. For the pouring time, we usually set as 2 seconds. It means when the stopper lifts up, the system will start pressure after 2 seconds. And then we tend to the pressure time. For this part, we set as 20 seconds. And then tend to the working delay time. For this part, we set as 30 seconds. It means when the system stops pressure and the machine will continue to working for 30 seconds. Okay, then tend to the air pressure. For this part, we set as 400 kPa. And then to the argon gas pressure, we set as 200 kPa. Okay, for this part, we finish. Then we press the manual. Press the parameters. Okay, there is a language select. You can see English and Chinese are options here because they will demonstrate in English, so we choose the English. Okay, then tend to the summer. For the summer selected, you can see there are so many types of summer. So before you use this machine, you need to confirm with us which type of the summer you use. Today we use the K type. Then tend to the uptime. For the uptime, we set as 2 seconds. It means when the up cover and down chamber tend to the right position, the system will close automatically after 2 seconds. Okay, then tend to the preset temperature. For this part, we set as 600 degree. But actually for this part, the max temperature we can set as 800 degrees. But the higher temperature you set, the faster the crucible will go to oxidation. So we recommend you set as 600 degree. Then tend to the mix time. For mix time, we set as 20 seconds. Okay, then tend to the mini power and the max power. For the mini power, we set as 0%. For the max power, we set as 18%. Now, to the cycle time. Cycle time we set as 1 second. It means when the machine comes to the mini power and the max power, the system will stop for 1 second. Okay, because our machine can use the flask with flange and the flask without flange. So if you need the flask with flange, then you need to take the straight flask. If you need the flask without flange, then you need to take straight flask. Here, this button. Okay. After this, we will press the exit and leave the setting window. Then Jenny will introduce us how it operates.
Yes, I'm here. So after Winston just set the temperatures, now we press auto. Then we put the metals into crucible. Okay, Then we cover on. 2 seconds later, it locks automatically. Then we move the down chamber to the casting place. 2 seconds later, it moves off and locks automatic too. Then the vacuum starts. After vacuum starts, you can see here, once the pressure becomes about -80, so system starts pouring argon gas. After the argon gas pouring starts, you can see here, the pressure is changing. Once we see here the pressure becomes a positive value, the argon gas will stop. It may take about 30 minutes to have the pressure become a positive value. So this, it is still minus value, means the argon gas is still working. It's -38, 30, 27. We still have to wait. Okay, it's coming down. 90. The argon gas speed also depends on the pressure of the argon gas. Okay, -2, 1, 0. Okay, yeah, argon gas stops. Then the system starts heating. The system starts heating. It will heat up to the preset casting temperature.
Okay, for the heat up to the set temperature, it may take about 5 minutes, and the heating speed depends on so many factors.
What are the factors that may affect the heating speed?
Okay, first, the place where put the summer. If you put the summer near the heating point, the summer will, the temperature will get increased faster, so the summer will detect the temperature immediately and shoot the value.
Yes.
And in our machine, we put the summer into the stopper, and the stopper is in the center of the crucible. So when our machine begins to work, the summer will detect the temperature immediately, or you can say the display temperature of our machine is accurate.
Yes, right. In our machine, the stopper is in the center of the crucible to lock the casting hole, and the thermal is inside the stopper. And what are the other factors?
Okay, secondly, it has something to do with the crucible. If you use a new crucible, the crucible will match the stopper tightly, so there is no heating loss. If you use a used crucible, the crucible hole will be bigger than the original one, so there is space between the crucible hole and the stopper. The hole can only be sealed by heating expansion, so it will take more time. And even in this case, there is still heating loss. Yes, you're right. And the temperature will fluctuate up and down, up and down. So that is the reason why we don't recommend our customer use a crucible for a much long time.
Wow. Until now, I've learned the reasons that may hinder the heating speed. Before I thought it only depends on the heating power. Today, I know I was wrong. Thanks, Winston, for your professional advice. According to this machine, by the way, if you take our chiller together with our casting machine, the chiller will be controlled by our casting machine. That means when you stop the casting and when you turn off the casting machine, the chiller will continue working for 30 minutes and it will turn off automatically. In order to have this machine working properly and for a safety purpose, we recommend you take the water chiller together with our DVC-II digital vacuum casting machine. Well, according to our design, here now temperature is 470. Okay. Now the temperature is 710. So we still need to wait for more times. Design. When the temperature reaches 10 degrees close to the casting temperature, the system will start homogenization process. Now we can see the homogenization process starts. So the When finish the with temperature reach 10 degrees, so the system will start homogenization according to the time Winston just set.
Yes, I remember 120 seconds. Okay, yes, for the homogenization process, we set at 120 seconds because the system will count on time even the temperature not reach to the preset temperature. So we set the time long. If not, the process temperature will not finish even when the temperature not reach to the value we set, which can contribute the process homogenization process.
Well, that's why we preset 120 seconds. So let us see what is showing on the panel now. Here the temperature is past 75 seconds. Still we have about 41 seconds. As Winston mentioned, if we set too short time, so the homogenization process will finish before it reaches the preset temperature. So we have to wait.
Okay, so the machine will keep heating 20 seconds.
Once homogenization process is finished, this temperature will drop down to the preset casting temperature.
Okay, you can see the homogenization process will be finished soon.
Yes, 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yes. Now homogenization finished. Then the temperature will drop down to the casting temperature. But no need to be exactly 1000 degrees. According to our design, when it reached 10 degrees close to the preset temperature, the system will start exhaust. We can see here, exhaust. Once we see here pressure becomes normal atmospheric pressure, then the down chamber moves up automatically. Then we push the down chamber back to the left. Then we can load the flask. Okay, we're waiting for our engineer to load the flask into down chamber. It's coming. Then after we load flask, we push the down chamber back to the casting place. 2 seconds later, it goes up automatically. Then when we see here, the temperature is 5 degrees close to the casting temperature. Yes, it's right already here. Then we press pouring. After we press pouring, the system starts auto mixing. Here we can see the power is moving between minimum and maximum, means the metal is mixing inside crucible. Also, we can see the mixing status from this top glass window. Okay, once the mixing finishes, vacuum starts. Once we see here, vacuum reached 80 minus 80, then stopper lifts up. Then after that, pressure starts working for 20 seconds. After 20 seconds, pressure will stop. Okay, pressure stops, but the vacuum will continue working for how many seconds?
Yes, I remember 60 seconds.
Yes, here shows 30 seconds. So after 30 seconds, vacuum will stop. Okay, we're waiting. All the process, it works automatically. We don't press any button manually after we press pouring. Vacuum stops and the system starts exhaust. Once here, the pressure becomes normal atmospheric pressure. Then up button works. Then down chamber moves up automatically. Then we push the down chamber back to the left. Then we can take out the flask. Okay, we take out Flask. In this casting mode, after we preset parameters, pour the metals into the crucible, and load the flask, we only need to press auto and pouring buttons. Herein, we got its length, auto plus pouring casting mode.
Okay, Jenny, thanks for sharing. I think now you are a professional expert.
Really? Hope
You
so.
do.
Hope
Yes,
so.
and this casting mode is much easier for operator, and compared to the manual mode, it is more efficient. What's more, it can avoid misoperation.
Well, I'm eager to load the third casting mode. I think all the other waiters believe same, right? The second auto plus casting mode is good enough. So what's the difference between the Onekey casting mode and the third casting mode?
Okay, by the one-key casting mode, after we load Flask, the system will do the rest process automatically, and all we need is to press the auto button. Okay, now I will demonstrate you in details about this casting mode. Please follow me. Okay, first we press the auto button, then turn to the menu, then we turn to the parameter. Because we choose the one-key casting mode, so we need to tick the OK mode. Okay, as you can see, when we tick OK mode, the straight flask will be ticked too, because in this machine, actually we can use the flask with flange and the flask without flange, but in this mode, no matter you use flask with flange or flask without flange, the straight flask will be effective because the sealing is always on the top of the flask. So after setting this, we turn to the language select. English and Chinese are options. Today we will demonstrate in English. Then turn to the thermal select. As you can see, there are so many types of the thermal. So before you use this machine, you need to confirm with us which type of the thermal you use. Today we demonstrate in K. Okay, then turn to the uptime. For the uptime, we set at 3 seconds. It means when the up cover and the down chamber turn to the right position, the system will close automatically after 3 seconds. Then turn to the preset temperature. For this part, we set at 600 degrees. But actually, for this one, we can set as max 800 degrees. But the higher temperature you set, the faster the crucible will go to oxidation. So we recommend you set as 600 degrees. Then turn to the mix time. Mix time we set as 10 seconds. Okay, then turn to the mini power and the max power. For the mini power, we set as 0%. For the max power, we set 100%. Okay, at last, we set as circle time. Circle time we can set as 0.7. This time means when the system power comes to the mini power and the max power, the system will stop for 0.7 seconds. Okay, after finishing this, we press the exit to set the temperature. Okay, first we set the casting temperature as 1030 degrees. Then turn to the homogenization temperature. We set as 140. 1040 degrees. Okay, then turn to the homogenization time. We set as 120 seconds. For this part, if you need to mix alloy to make a Carrara gold, then you need to set this time. If you needn't, you can set the time as 0. Okay, finishing this, we turn to the pouring time. Pouring time, we set as 0.3. It means when the stopper lifts up, the system will start pressure after 0.3 seconds. Then turn to the pressure time. Pressure time we set as 20 seconds. And then for the working delay time, we set as 30 seconds. It means when the system stops pressure, the machine will continue to working for 30 seconds. Okay, then turn to the air pressure. Air pressure we set as 400 kPa. For the argon gas pressure, we set as 200 kbar. Okay, so the parameter and the setting is finished. Now, let Jenny show us how to operate.
Okay. Now Winston has finished the preset parameters, and now I'm going to demonstrate to you how this Onekey casting mode works. Okay, so come here. I remember under the Onekey casting mode, after we press the auto, so system will start heating to the preset temperature Winston just set. I remember he set 600 degrees, right? Now we can see the temperature now maintain at about 600 degrees. It will not go up until we give further instruction to the system. In this casting mode, now we can, because now the temperature is already 600 degrees, right? So we pour the metals into the crucible. Today we try silver. Okay, after we load the metals, we close top cover, and 3 seconds later, it locks automatically. In this moment, in this casting mode, now we can load the flask. Now we are wait engineer coming to load the flask. Wait. Because the oven is in another place. Okay, it's coming. This flask we're going to cast. This is 5-inch flask. I remember Winston just mentioned under the Onekey cast mode, the sitting on the top of the flask. So we need to put a graphite gasket or rubber sealing ring on the top of gypsum mold. Then we push the down chamber back to the casting place. And 3 seconds later, it goes up and lock automatically. Then system starts vacuum. Until we see here, the pressure becomes about 90 minus 80. Then oven gas starts. After the system starts pouring oven gas, we can see here the pressure is changing, right? The value is changing. Once here the pressure becomes positive value, means the up chamber is full of the oven gas. Then the oven gas will stop. Now we can see oven gas stops. Then system will start heating again. But in this casting mode, means the heating will start from preset temperature 600 degrees to the preset casting temperature 1030 degrees.
Okay, it may take about 5 minutes to heat up to set the casting temperature, and the heating up speed will depend on so many factors.
Oh, so what are the factors may affect the heating speed? Because there are so many new customers who just joined our live show. So Winston, would you please share with us again the factors that may affect the heating speed?
Okay, sure. Firstly, the place where you put the summer. If you put the summer near the heating point, the temperature will get increased faster, so the summer will detect the temperature immediately and show the value. And in our machine, we put the summer into the stopper, and the stopper is in the center of the crucible. So when the machine begins to work, the summer will detect the temperature immediately, or you can say the display temperature of our machine is accurate.
Yes, exactly. In our machine, the stopper is in the center of crucible to lock the casting hole, and the thermal is inside the stopper. And what are the other factors that may affect the heating speed?
Okay, secondly, it has something to do with the crucible. So if you use a new crucible, the crucible will match with the stopper tightly, so there is no heating loss. If you use a used crucible, the crucible hole will be bigger than the original one, so there is space between the crucible hole and the stopper. The hole can only be heated by heating expansion, so it will take more time and the temperature will fluctuate like up and down, up and down. So that's the reason why we don't recommend our customer use a crucible for much long time.
Well, till now I have learned the reason that may hinder the heating speed. Before I thought it only depends on the heating power. Now I know I was wrong. Thanks Winston for your professional advice. By the way, together with the casting machine, if you buy the chiller together with this machine, the chiller will be controlled by our DVC-II casting machine. It works like this. After you stop the casting process and you stop the casting machine, the chiller will be working for 30 minutes more, then it will turn off automatically. In order to have this casting machine working properly and for the safety purpose, we recommend customer to take our water chiller together with our casting machine. Now let us see the screen. It's 1020. Once we see the temperature reaches 10 degrees close to the casting temperature, right? So it's already close to the casting temperature. Now we can see the system already starts the homogenization process. The homogenization will run according to the time we just preset. How many seconds you preset for homogenization?
Yes, I remember I said at 120 seconds. Yes, and for the homogenization process, we set at 120 seconds because the system will count down time even the temperature not reach to the set value. So we set the time as this long. If not we set long, the temperature will the homogenization process will finish when the temperature
before
yes, sorry, I mean before the temperature comes to the set value. So we can achieve the homogenization process.
Okay, so hope now you understand why we set the homogenization 120 seconds, because the homogenization process will cut down time first. If the time finishes, but the temperature not reached, this process will finish too. Okay, now let us see the process. Now the homogenization already finished almost 90 seconds, so there's still 26 seconds more. So we wait, the time counting down, almost 100 seconds, so still 20 seconds more. Once the homogenization process is finished, then the pouring button will be effective. So now please watch this screen carefully. This now 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, finish, then pouring, effective, right? But this means not for real casting. That means the machine are ready for casting. Once here, temperature reached 5 degrees, close to the casting temperature, system will start auto mixing. Now 7, 6, now 6 will 5, right? It was 5. Then now mixing starts. It's auto mixing. Auto mixing means that the metal is mixing inside the crucible. You can also see the mixing in the crucible. After mixing, the vacuum starts. Once we see here, the vacuum becomes minus 80. So casting starts. Stopper lifts up. Then pressure starts working for 20 seconds. After the pressure finishes, but the vacuum will continue. Now we wait the pressure. Okay, pressure finished, but the vacuum will continue working for 30 seconds as we preset. Now we wait. Still vacuum. Once the vacuum finishes, system will start exhaust automatically. Now let us see the screen carefully to see the button changing. Still vacuum. Yeah, now system starts exhaust. Once we see here, pressure becomes atmospheric pressure. The down chamber goes down automatically, right? Yes. Now we can move the down chamber back to the left. Then we can take our flask. We can see it has done perfectly We can see also it's done perfect and very full. Now we can take out Flask. Okay. Now we have finished the Onekey casting mode.
Okay, now I understand why it's called Onekey casting mode. After we preset the parameters, load the Flask, and put the matter into Crucible, all we need is to press Alt button.
Yes, right. In this casting mode, we load the Flask before the temperature reach to its casting temperature. So there is low heating loss during the whole heating process, which again contributes to high work efficiency.
Okay, by the way, I think it is time for us to see the casting tree.
Yes, can you pass me the casting tree?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Today we have done a filigree casting. We can see this is a big and very thin stuff, but we have done it exactly amazing. Each hole you can see, each leaf hole is clear, no hole is blocked. And on the surface, there's no burrs and no shrinkage. And you can see everywhere is smooth. This type of filigree is very difficult to cast, but it has done by our automatically casting machine.
Oh, I have to say it is perfect.
Thank you. Yes, good.
As our DVC machines has up pressure and down suction working methods, so no matter the small filigree tree like this
Yes.
or the big banner, we can all do for you. So you can see we provide flexible options for our customer.
Yes, exactly. Our time flies. It's time to end our live show. But before end our live show, we'd like to handle the 3 casting mode again. So, Winston, do you please?
Okay, sure. Follow me. The first one is the manual mode, and the second one is the Alt plus pouring mode. The third one is the Onekey casting mode. If you don't understand these 3 modes fully in our show, it is okay. You can watch our replay or direct our by email info@ewaycasting.com.
Okay, so remember contact us by email info@ewaycasting.com. We will keep you updated with the new stock in our next show. Thanks for watching Eway Casting Live Show.
And don't forget to give us a like. See you.
See you. Bye.